So you've been counter surfing today, I hear.
I, like the tallest dog I own, have licked, sniffed, and eaten everything on the counter. I don't know why. Some days, full restraint, exercise, tons of water. I feel it coming out my pores. I feel healthy. I feel good. And other days, I put on a onesie and I just see how much I could stuff in my sack. I mean, it's just, I don't know what makes that difference other than the carbs that are sitting on the counter. I have a full house and I shopped for a full house instead of just buying nothing.
Well, how do the holidays work for the Christmassy holidays work for you guys? It's inevitable that the extra calorie, goody, sweetie, treaty, gooey, sticky, yummy, everything is in your face in every shopping opportunity. Do you just buy it and eat it and feel like this week I am goy, and you just eat the food? Or is it sort of like, you mean nothing to me, extra carbs, fuck yourself?
I've never said such mean things to carbs in my life. That is an evil thing to say, an evil thing to do, and I'm not going to be any part of it.
That's the end of a relationship. Yeah.
I've
never said
with carbs.
Such evil things to carbs, nor would I. Yeah.
Who would do that? That's a terrible thing to say. I thought more of you, especially after our last episode where I actually came listening to you talk about butter cookies and almond cookies and decorated cookies and cookies.
Well, gal, I got more for you this time.
Oh, my God.
I feel like I could do some ASMR, but I don't even need to do ASMR. I would just read ingredients of cookies. That would be enough.
Welcome to our carb and New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, New Year celebration. Welcome to Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
It's a calorie ganza. I think that we can just continue to eat. I feel like the body needs nourishment and sugar. I feel like that's a critical component of life. So why do we resist this? Can we not just embrace? Can't we just be like those people in WALL-E in space, where we simply build an adaptable, larger environment?
Yes, if you gave me a chair that could get me around, then I would probably do that. But my body is not receiving all these carbs as well as I had hoped.
It's really interesting. I had the opportunity to see some family, as you can do, over the holidays, and got to spend some time with Brian's brother. And he is a supplement dude. I was stunned to see this. Over the course of spending, the better part of the day with him, he would have a little thing on his phone, and he would take out this mystery small case filled with nutritive substance, and he would pop these things into his face. And I'm like, when did you turn like 1,000,010? I don't understand what it is. He's like, I go to this person, he helped me with the pH, and I get that, and now everything is flowing the way it should. I'm like, really?
Like a nutritionist that gives him
yes.
What type of magnesium to take at what hour?
Well, yes, he has had the magic gallbladder removal surgery, and this makes it a little bit tricky, challenging to get through things like eggs, things that are normal in your life. So
which are in everything.
So
yes.
So he
every carb I eat.
Well, I figured it was going to be a combination of magic voodoo pills and, like crystal Mickey wart and all the nonsense that you see. Like, I have that shit, right? And I don't know what else. But come to find out, they were not medicines, but they had names that sound like, and you know what I mean? Or it was like a prescribed pill. They were not medicines, but they were names that sounded like medicines. And he was just calling them supplements. It was very weird to me. The whole thing was crazy weird. I thought, do I want to do this? Do I want to follow you? Is this a good thing to do? I want my intestinal tract to be, shiny and pristine and have everything be easy and fun. But I also feel like the trains are shipping out on time. Like, I don't really know that it's an issue.
Don't fuck with shit that's working.
Well, it's a 2022. So is it working? Is it?
Okay.
Is it working?
Dear listener, welcome to 2022. We asked you to come back to us with potentially New Year's resolutions. we would, first I will share with you the 10 most common resolutions out there. They might sound familiar to you. They are these: exercise more, lose weight. I feel like those could be tied together. Get organized. Get out of my head. Right. Learn a new skill or hobby. I do feel like a year and a half.
I feel like items 1, 2, and 3 would be a new skill or hobby for me. So if I was to do 4, it would just be accomplishing 1, 2, and 3.
I like how you combine them. That's great.
Combo.
For me, skill or hobby, if I didn't do it during a quarantine, that shit ain't going to happen once it's over. Live life to the fullest.
What?
I think I need that to be more specific. Save money or spend less money. Interesting, considering, what do they tell you? On your deathbed, you've never heard somebody say, I wish I could have saved more money. I wish I
really
would have. No, nobody says that is I think my point. So it says here, save and spend less, save more money. Quit smoking.
That's easy. I've done that one already. Yes. I never started. I'm ahead of the game. I got one.
Well played. Spend more time with family and friends.
Yeah, I do.
Travel more and read more.
I'm doing all of those. I'm doing everything on that list, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a go-getter. I'm getting a go. It's all good. Yay!
Then they get more specific. 5 life-changing New Year's resolutions for specifically 2022.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm in. I'm bedazzled. I'm checked in. I'm put in. I got it. I'm tipped in. I'm ready. I'm setting the intention for this list. Let's go.
Practice a random act of kindness for strangers every day.
I do that all the time. That's my regular. What do you mean moan? What do you do this all the fucking time? Yes, you do this every day anyway. You just don't pay attention enough to get fucking better.
Every day?
Yes, it's every day. Sasquatch. Yes. 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 Easy.
Sasquatch.
That's easy.
I have small feet. Okay. Find a cause you care about and discover ways to take action.
No, I did that.
It says,
for a while.
Are you unsure where to begin with your humanitarian work? Take this quiz. No.
Oh my God.
I will
take
not.
a quiz for how to get back humanitarian. Then you're not a humanitarian. You're just not.
I love all of your words.
You're just not.
Right. Here's one that I feel that I can completely surround myself, get myself around. Write letters or send cards to people who feel alone.
Oh, wow. But would you do it?
Well, I've had this fight with our former editor, John Buchanan.
John Buchanan.
Thank you. I'm a fan of the hand holding the pen, putting it to paper, and then sending it out into the world.
Are you still a fan of that? When's the last time you wrote something down? Of length.
Well, it was a thank you letter, but frequently.
I'm struggling with it. I've crossed into old lady time. I'm doing a lot of personalized note writing, even this notion of making lists. My brain wants to go so much faster than my hand wants to go. And then when I slow my hand down, I will be mid-word and I won't remember what I was actually writing. Like I'll lose track of where the sentence was going because I'm focused on how to write that word pretty and make it fit within the space on the page. It's ridiculous how much actual thought and awareness goes into physically writing as opposed to communicating using typing, keypad, fingers.
All of our other ways.
Yes, communicating verbally. Any of these things. It's crazy, super crazy. And I've lost it. And the more that I do it, because I'm like, all right, well, I have to practice this because it's a skill, but it's not gone.
Right.
My hand physically hurts. It all hurts. I'm like, am I that old that actually writing a note puts me in pain? That's some sad shit. For 2022, I think the answer is learn to write a note. I set the bar pretty low.
Well, I'll tell you in a little bit how to achieve these things.
Oh, okay.
Well, we already talked about it before. Here, another one is make time to learn.
Okay. I'm heavy on the learning train. I have to make time to stop learning because I keep learning. I should make time to do something with the shit you learn. All right, next. That's easy.
And the last one for right here is express gratitude.
Oh, easy. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this list. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the t-shirt I'm wearing that you bought me. I'm grateful for the chair that I'm sitting in so I can not be sitting on the floor. That's good. That's easy. That's how we do this. That's simple.
I think the whole point of these things is really to not make a resolution that is so big and so overwhelming that you just look at it every day and think, I'll start tomorrow. And the ones that you can break down in, what did James Taylor say? He used to say, cut up your losses into doable doses, ration your tears in size.
Wow.
Those lyrics. I love him.
What's that from?
See a mother night, Saturday night. Everyone used to never die young. Never die young. He, every once in a while, I get stuck in a lyric that just keeps going around in my head. And I really feel like if you cut up your losses, if you cut up goals and you take things in bite-sized pieces, I've proven by surfing the counter downstairs, I could eat anything in a bite-sized piece.
Yeah, that's good evidence for you, actually. That's a good experience.
Right there in the title.
Evidence. Yep.
Right there in the title. I've studied this at length.
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's right.
One nugget at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal. So if your goal, here, tell me one of your goals.
Gosh, I feel like I have so many, and that I also have none. So one of my goals is a professional goal. I'd like to figure out what the fuck my main purpose is, what I'm supposed to be doing, and do that.
I can't touch that.
Touch
this.
Yeah, well, I feel like isn't that everybody's deal? Some people know. I don't mean they cognitively understand. Some people, no, they're unconcerned with what their purpose is here. I can do, like you, I can do a great and fast many things. I still am more focused, more interested than I have been ever in figuring out, I kind of don't think I was put here to do a thing. I really do. I firmly believe it, and I don't know what that thing is. I'm at that point where you can do a whole lot of shit, but there really is one thing. I just don't know what it is. Other people are happily doing the many things or doing the one thing. They've stumbled into
many things.
But that's, maybe I'll discover that I was put here to do many things. I've always felt that there is this thing that I was uniquely put here to do, and I don't know what that is. And so I keep spinning and doing all this. Why am I making fucking brittle? Is it really just to prevent myself from losing weight and to divert away from a book that I didn't write? Am I here to write a book that I keep feeling like I'm supposed to be writing all this time? Why am I not doing it? Why? Maybe it's because I'm not supposed to be doing it. Like, I don't fucking know. So I have yet another unmeetable goal. I'll meet it this year. Go ahead. That's a goal for me.
I want to think that my purpose, not as rewarding as writing a book and feeling accomplished, is to, I don't know. I'm looking for my act 3 of what to do. But while figuring that out, I'd like to entertain. I'd like to make people laugh. I'd like to make people think. I would like to be a catalyst for, I don't want to say introspection, because don't look out, don't look in, look out, play with me. I don't know, but I'm right now with a full house of family, super content to marinate in these people and I feel good when my family's together about things I've done. It doesn't make me think about, okay, what's next? Because I am really sitting in the what's now and what I've done in the past. So I got another kid leaving for college in September. And once they're gone, I'm marinating in canines. Nope. I can't have that. I need that direction as well. But I would never know how to put that on a list of New Year's resolutions. Find out your purpose. That's a massive, massive resolution that could have gone in the last 5 years and I still wouldn't have figured it out. And I don't know how to chop that up into doable doses.
I'm chopping it up into doable doses. That's very different than what you're describing. And I want to dig into what you're describing. My doable doses are, I've been actively trying to identify that this is the main question that's nagging at me and go about the business of solving it. So that's been several months now of dedicated looking, learning, listening, attending, reading, all of these things, and they're going to continue in earnest. And each one
don't forget
joining. Each one opens a new level of awareness and brings a new level of connection and understanding. So I'm doing the work, and I'm going to keep doing that work So much so that I feel like I'm on a path to figuring this out, which feels great. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm super good. Well, so that's why I feel like I can say it as a resolution, because all of the micro things that I would bundle into, I don't know, they're all really in pursuit of that one primary goal. And I feel like this whole year that I declared, stake in the ground, I'm going to write this book, that was really, on some level, the only way that I could form the thought, I need to figure out what my purpose is, because it certainly was not this business I ran for 10 years and was thrilled to release. It certainly was not the career for 20 plus years before that, all prosperous, all easy, all laudable, and just not it. So that's a long time to be doing something that feels like not it. So anyway, when you're talking, I wonder, you said a couple of things that were really interesting in that by trying to solve this problem. But when you're in the now, you are so satisfied with your past that all you do is celebrate the present. You're not looking at your life and looking at the past and questioning it. But somehow, when you're not in the present of the happy, when you're not distracted by the joy of the moment, just to put a negative spin on something really positive,
right,
you look back at the past, I think, with different lenses, and suddenly start saying, maybe I haven't done all the things. Is that right? Or do you say, I'm at such a level, I might not need another level? I'm trying to figure out which of those two you're saying.
I look back with the lens when A goes back to school and B is headed to school. I look back with the lens that says, why didn't I prepare myself better for where I am now? So I do look back with, what the fuck? But while I'm sitting in what I have done to get me here with these two humans that I fucking adore, I'm pretty content with what got me here. But once they're out of sight and on their own path, I think, okay, now it's my path. I'm less focused on them. Why haven't I done more or the right things to put myself on a path where I can now focus? Now I have to start with building blocks 1, 2, and 3. If I had done all of their stuff and put like 3 blocks down each time we moved forward with them instead of staying 20 years in the past, like I feel like all of that time was not doing anything to move me forward, even though there was so much joy in it. It was external joys that brought me there.
When you were saying, I look back on my accomplishments, I fundamentally excuse humans from accomplishment category. So I didn't even factor in your role in their lives, in your family, in your marriage, as a parent, as a nurturer,
those are all the things I'm
as a teacher,
which I'm most proud.
Exactly, as the inspiration, as the support structure, as the psychotherapist, physical therapist, financial therapist, dog therapist, all the the therapist, but all of these fucking roles that you play. I fundamentally don't include all of those things, some of which I can count as accomplishments in my life. I don't put them in the accomplishments category. So I was only thinking, you were saying, I look back on my accomplishments and I immediately went to profession. Like the list was excluded to what things have I contributed outside of my home life relationship situation. And I don't know why I do that, but I do. So it makes perfect sense that your career is at a pivot point because the summit of your career is approaching, right? The goal of getting these two humans to their level up and now jump off, fly free.
Fly on your own, little bird.
So now, you're either going to adopt another set of 2 kids and continue in your career path, right? No. So now it's time. It's time to find a new mountain to climb, and it really is 0-0-0 game. It really is. And I'm here to tell you, even if you were climbing, as I appear to have been, even if you were climbing 3 mountains simultaneously, and I don't mean because I have 3 kids, even if you were climbing 10 mountains simultaneously, you're always at different points in every mountain. So even the stutter step, this false start, or the real start, or the head start of what you might have in some area, okay, it wasn't aligned with any kind of true purpose. I could keep going and do something that I don't mind, that's very lucrative, it's a little boring, or I could, and I think you're in the same boat as me, fortunately, in a super crass and open to the world way, it's a choice. We're affluent enough that any career is optional. You don't need to do anything. So this is, do you become someone who makes a study of how to use leisure time? Or is it more about, I have a calling that I need to contribute to the world, and or I have a calling that I need to fulfill for myself at my highest self? So I bring it all the way back to, I'm here, I'm saying back to you words that I remember coming out of your mouth. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to engage you in a story. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to take away the thoughts that are in your brain and replace them with mine. Go to another episode, because my thoughts are better, is what I've heard you say.
Than yours. Yeah.
My thoughts are better.
Better than yours. Yeah.
So I love that notion. So I really feel like, who gives a fuck about September? I feel like September is not the time to start. That, to me, I never really put much stock in January 1st over March 1st over, October 8th. Like, they're dates, right?
Or eating well starting Monday.
The day you just, there is a psychological lift to major milestones. It's proven. It's not something that I just get to dismiss and say it doesn't work. It absolutely does. There's psychology behind it. Having said that, there's also strong psychology behind, I'm ready to start when I'm ready to start. And if you happen to be ready to start on January 9th, then that's your January 1st. And let's just call it what it is. So I'm less focused on what's the New Year's resolution and more, what are some micro steps that are in parallel path to when September gets here. Fuck the guilt, or whatever you want to call it. Fuck the wrinkled nose, sneer that I hear you giving yourself over maybe I didn't put enough building blocks down and all these other things. Fuck that. September is coming and September will go, and you're still going to be on a path for replacing everyone else's thoughts with yours, because your thoughts are better. So what can you be doing this week?
Just ask me, I'll tell you.
Well, what can you be doing? This is ridiculous. But just to fold back in some of the folks we may have lost with this conversation, I will use a phrase that was oft repeated in my house this very year. And that was stolen from the coach. And it was, what are you doing to beat Ohio State today? All year long, there was one goal for the Michigan football team. What are you doing to beat Ohio State today? And it was this notion of, if your goal is so clear, if it's so ever-present, doesn't matter how many days away it is, if there's a micro action you can take today, do it. And who did they beat this year? After 11 years.
Ohio State.
Thank you. In grand fashion. And I don't even care about some football. I don't care about football. I'm just here to say, so what can you do to erase the world's thoughts today? Next week.
To replace them with my own thoughts?
Yes, to brainwash the world. I love a good brainwash.
I don't want to put it out there because I don't want everybody to know how I'm going to take over the world.
Yeah, it feels really great when you tell me you're going to write a novel and you don't write it. That feels great. I invite you to do this.
Yeah.
Well, hey, but not every goal can be met when you don't actually pursue it. That's it. It wasn't a real secret.
Don't pursue it. I want to tell you what you can accomplish by not pursuing your goals. Not many of them. I want to focus on small bites,
right.
Because tapas are the way to go. Small plates, small bites, but
we're going to tapas this new year. I love it.
But I don't have that grand goal to cut up into doable doses. I don't have that yet. I don't have my finger on it. I know what feels good, but I don't really know yet. I don't know yet.
What's your view on working with someone who in their name has the word coach?
Like a life coach, a career coach, a something coach?
Yes.
No thank you is my I said thank you. I'm sending out
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I've not met anyone who embraces this philosophy. No.
Not interested.
Yet. Who would ever be, and myself included, who would even ever be associated with this? And unfortunately for me, people keep telling me this is what I'm supposed to do, and then I'm just resisting it.
Who are you going to help?
Because it's fucking stupid. That's why. I get it.
You think I'm a dope? Is that what you said?
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm not going to do that. The reason it comes up is, you said, you're super clear on what feels good. You're super clear on, I know that my thoughts beat yours. Fuck you. Here comes the laugh. And I'm bringing it. So sit down and prepare to laugh yourself into a stupor. Here it comes.
And go bring me some dips for this bread.
Bringo. That's a bringo right there. So, if you don't know what the micro step is there someone who could say, I do. It's these 16 actions.
My thought was, well, first thing I think is most important for me is healthy body kind of thing. So in the new year, I'm going to go see a chiropractor.
Hey!
See someone who could try to align maybe in a more whole body kind of alignment. And somebody convinced me to order this 8 athletic greens nonsense. And I'm going to try to get, I don't know, inside out. I'm going to try to just be healthy. I'm still going to eat tons of bread. I'm still going to eat, but I would also continue to ride Peloton. The same way I can't neglect my back anymore.
You can't. That's one of the most successful relationships you've had in your whole life. It is
my most successful relationship.
Yeah, you can't abandon it now in your time of transformation.
By the way, a baguette never made me cry. Let me just say that. Boys have made me cry.
Thank you.
Girls have made me cry. A baguette has never left me thinking, what's wrong with me? Oh, never.
Fucking French. Everything about a baguette. Come on.
So then I thought maybe I would consider therapy again. And through some talky therapy, maybe find out more that I potentially am missing or things that I should be doing. Let's wait and see where my daughter goes to college first and see if we can afford therapy.
Oh my gosh, you are the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. I love that coach is like, no, a bridge too far, but therapy, okay. Because I would be the exact opposite. I'm more likely, I don't have any one of those. I desperately need them both, I'm certain. And I'm way more likely to hire one of these shyster coaches than I would ever be to work with a medical professional trained in the workings of the gray method.
Do you think that that's because you've always been a teammate, a team player, a competitor? Do you think I've never played any of those roles? I've never been on a team other than a color war team, which is a camp thing.
I love the idea of that, and I'm tempted to say, yes, that's the reason, because it makes me really smarter than what the truth is. The truth is, as much as I actively work with organizations to reduce the stigma of mental health, I absolutely am. There's stigma around me saying I need therapy. I know I need therapy. I think
everybody needs therapy.
I could benefit from therapy. There's stigma around me saying that, and it was so much easier for me to say I willingly embrace the likelihood that I am being financially taken advantage of by a con artist in the form of a professional coach. That is an easier pill to swallow than saying out loud, therapy, let's go. Because fundamentally, I have embraced this false idea that when there is anything needs tweaking, is broken, could be optimized in the brain versus in my elbow or my foot or my heart or my nervous system, or pick any of the medical areas, somehow I have isolated that medical area as one that seems to be, I should own it.
Credible.
I should own it in a way. It seems to be if there's something broken there, it means that fundamentally I'm the problem, right?
So you're taking blame. You would never take blame for a broken bone or getting cancer, but you're taking blame for what could be either chemistry inside your body that is off or situational awareness that, like, these are not cognitive things that you can change. And I think unless you understand that, therapy doesn't cross your plate, doesn't cross.
Well, I fundamentally understand it. I'm also here to say that it's taken, I'm Italian. I don't know how many Italians are like this. I think all of us, but it's, you don't walk around broadcasting. If you break a bone, rub some dirt on it, go back to work. I mean, you put your kitchen. It's time for church.
In your head,
that's it.
In your head,
so any kind of doctor is a problem. Any kind of medical doctor, because if your body is not strong, if your mind is not, it's strength, right? So
even
if everything
Tony
about
Soprano sat in therapy every week. What are you talking about?
That was court mandated. He didn't want to go there.
Is that what it's going to take?
Yeah, usually. I'm just here to tell you, by way of trying to, I know that it's a hang up, and I'm talking about it. It's not even easy to sit here and admit all this stuff, but I also know it's a truth about me, and it's taken me a long time to be even able to admit it in this way, probably because I've had 10 plus years of working to support working to support one of my kids, now more than one of my kids, taking a daily medication. So for a diagnosis that exists in executive functioning, in the brain. So this all has to do with, and guess what? You only get there by working with a psychiatrist or
Yep.
a medical professional. Yes. So it's like, okay, getting over all of that and even saying, we're going to fix this with vitamins. We're going to fix this with medical activity. We're going to fix this with, a pull up the ass. We're going to fix this with smack them in the face. Whatever the thing is that is not, the last resort of sitting and talking to somebody about my brain needs help and my body could benefit from some chemical balancing. Those two things it's taken me a decade to be okay and to not push onto my kids. For a long time, the kids were like, I don't want a pill every day. I didn't have to put that in them. The whole world says there's not a pill that can fix this. You don't need a pill. And I think that's a good thing. You're that way. All I'm trying to say is we all prioritize in ways that are little and inconsequential all the way to life-changing and a vast, vast implication. We prioritize what's okay medically and what's not. What's okay to get assistance and help. Remember, time-wise, people would have those shirts and buttons that say, confront me if I don't ask for help. Right? So it's like, for a long time. So there's been culturally a shift happening. And I really feel like I'm on that same shift. And 2020 was a big one. It's dumb. I know it's dumb.
It's not that it's dumb. It's just a hurdle you need to get over because it's incredibly valuable. And if it's an incredibly valuable tool that helps you or me or anyone take another step forward to finding out purpose, finding out what's holding you back from something, it seems like a no-brainer to take that step.
If there was perfect therapist sitting in my inbox and all I had to do was click yes, I would do it. It also involves a lot of trial and error. I know lots of folks who have been down the therapy road and have nothing but negative experiences. It's not, all the way from this did nothing for me to the therapist hit on me and abused my trust. It's like, great, this feels wonderful. So I don't necessarily have an easy path.
Finding the right therapist.
That's my point, and the amount of effort versus I can read another book. Blah 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 blah.
So in country living, there's another list of resolution-y things.
Is it different than city resolutions?
Get the fuck out of the country. Move into the country. Are you going to eat a lot of peaches? Here, number 1 says schedule more girl time. I'm all right. I'm good.
I'm going to schedule more girl time.
Compliment someone and mean it. That's easy. Come on. These are the doses that I can handle. Oh, Amy, here's yours. Make your bed.
I make my bed every day.
I know you do.
Oh,
uh-oh. Keep your car clean.
Can't do it. Yeah, that's not possible.
We're going to pass by. Keep your car clean. Grow something.
I will be the best gardener on the planet for 11 days. Yeah, and then on day 12, I got something to do. So, and then by the time I come back on day 90, I forgot about the days in between.
About something that's dead?
Active neglect is another one to look at. Next.
Don't hit snooze.
That's big. That I agree with. Don't even have it. Yep. Snooze.
Don't hit snooze.
Trains. Don't have snooze. Don't set a snooze. Don't give it as an option. You are actually training your body to go back to sleep. Why would you do this? You're training your body to oversleep and alarm.
Here's a TikTok hack for ADD people like myself where they said, don't put it down, put it away. You're in the kitchen, don't put it down, put it away.
Okay.
So I was thinking, oh my God, say it again. Don't put it down, put it away. So you're finished with the sugar. Don't put it down on the counter. Put it the fuck away. You're done with the sugar. Why is it still on the counter? I am working on that. That is a small dose, a bite, something I can do every day.
Do you feel like that applies to you, or is that just a good tip?
It's a good tip that applies to me, but I'm not applying it where it applies. So in my room with clothing after the laundry.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, you don't have a shit house filled with that. You have normal house. No, but that's also, you've got a different thing going on with your clothes because you've said repeatedly, and, thoughtful listeners will recall that if you don't see it, you don't have it.
It doesn't exist.
So you have zero object permanence when it comes to T-shirts.
I'm 4 years old.
And you own every T-shirt. There are no T-shirts that you don't own. You have them all.
And they need to be seen.
Right. So you're like Elle Woods, or wrong person in Clueless, where she's having to share in Clueless, where she's got the remoter on her thing, so she can see all of her clothes.
Yes, that would be great. But even if that is away, even if a huge pile on top of the dog's crate is like, that's not away. That's, you're right. I do need to see it. That is a problem of mine. Put it away.
Okay,
right?
Very good. I'll do that. I got that. That's fine. I can put it down. Put it away. Well, that's the sister to, if it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now. That's the one that
don't put it off.
Transformed my life. Well, if it's 5 minutes or less, do it now. Because there's absolutely no reason that you can't find 5 minutes. The problem in my life is everything takes less than 5 minutes, and then I spend an hour on shit, and I'm still late for the meeting. So it doesn't always work.
That was just supposed to be 5 minutes. How did it turn into all day?
You can't stack them. That's not a habit you can stack. But if you do it once, I'm with you. All right, next.
Paint a room.
Okay, paint your room. Brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Yeah.
Journal 1 line a day.
Oh, God, the journals. Everybody wants me to journal and meditate. And that's what I'll do for 2022. You got me, fuckers. I'll do it.
Journal.
I fucking hate you. I'm going to journal and I'm going to meditate, dick. Here it comes.
I cannot wait.
Namaste, cunt. Yeah, is when I'm not interested in this shit. But I'll fucking do it.
That'll be the first thing you publish, by the way. And that'll be the name of it. Namaste, cunt. We already talked about reading more. Oh, number 11, write snail mail. Write snail mail. You discussed your problem with this. Okay,
and part B, buy a wrist brace. Yeah, okay. Well.
Oh, really? You're really going to get carpal tunnel for writing?
Oh,
drink more water. We should all drink more water.
That's right. Until your urine is clear.
Yes.
When your urine is clear, you're in the clear. Yeah. Okay.
Beer before liquor, never sicker. When your urine is clear, you're in the clear? Sure. Drink more water. Try something new each month. I like that you said month.
Yeah, okay.
I like that you said month, but
do you really go an entire month without trying anything new? Have you ever gone 30 days without trying anything new?
I'm sure I have.
I think really this is a semantics issue. It's just a question of reframing the shit you're doing, because it's not possible that you've gone 30 days without trying anything new. And evidently, it's not just semantics. It's actually pronunciation. Because if you say it like that, then now it feels like something new.
All right. Then yes. Then absolutely.
Done. You beat that number, 14.
I mean, I've tried new Spotify playlists. I've tried new...
Done and check. That's a check plus, bitches. What the fuck? Get the credit.
All right. I'll take it. Check. Cross that off my list. Support local restaurants. Big fan.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Big fan.
Yes. This is a weak list. I'm taking
walk a mile a day.
That's hard, and it's not either. But it's hard.
Declutter.
Oh God, this list is getting.
For me, that's put it away. Don't put it down. Suck a dick on this one. Put away all your laundry. Jesus. Put it all the way away.
Country living is coming for me. I feel it, and I don't like it.
Start meal planning.
No.
Right. So why would my
meal planning? I love you, Peppers. I love you. I love you. Accept my love, because now I'm getting ready to make you think maybe I don't love you. Accept my love. But when you cook all your shit into strange frozen cubes, I'm going to take them out and melt them partially and then warm it again to eat it with ice crystals and sadness. We can't eat things. It's not okay. We have fresh food in our country for a reason. It's because it should be consumed fresh. Don't stop it. Just this whole notion of putting salads in a mason jar. And why? So bad.
Do you still bring home your weekly shop and like cut up the vegetables and leave them in the crisper? And do you still do all that beautiful refrigerator work?
I do. It's not as frequent because I have more people in here eating. So they clean me out more often. So there'll be periods when we are out of food. And I don't mean in any real sense. We're out of fresh food. So, in my house, that's, these ingredients. I'm like, yes, imagine.
Make something.
There you have it. So yeah, no, it'll get consumed, or parts of it will not get consumed and have to be thrown out. And then there'll be stretches of 2 to 5 days, and there's nothing new coming in. And I'm like, fuck all y'all, you can figure it out. I've also gotten uncomfortably comfortable with take this card and go away. And they can all drive, and people will drive here, and they'll just make food happen. It's not great choices, but I've gotten out of the making 4.5 meals a day for 5 people business.
Doable doses, man. That's definitely a bite you could take right out. And I'm going to try to organize things. That's my goal. Tiny bites, for example, a drawer.
Yeah,
that drawer in the kitchen oh no, it's a big drawer. But that drawer in the kitchen, I have 3 of them, maybe 4, that just turned into the catch-all. Where's that? It's in that drawer with the stamps and the extra phone cases and the flip phones that we have. Like all of the phones are in that drawer. Well, if you take those out, I think you have an empty drawer. Like
It's not possible. There are no empty drawers. That's a physical impossibility.
Dear listener, Happy New Year to you. We really are really super grateful for you. We want to know what your resolutions are in tiny doses. Otherwise, you might as well tell us you want to climb Kilimanjaro. We don't believe anything you say unless you have a plan. Remember, they ask you, have you thought about hurting yourself? How would you do it? Remember that second question that you asked?
This optimistic thing into kind of a different territory.
How are you going to do it, dear listener? Do you have a plan? P.S. If you are struggling with mental health issues, you are not alone.
Don't take my lead. Call somebody. There are hotlines. There are numbers. Call them. Ask a friend. Talk. We all want you here. This is no joke.
In fact, we need you here.
We need you here. We're one of 6. We need the listeners.
Half if something happens. So we are invested in your mental health.
It's true. Your mental health. It's true. You are called. This is your calling. This is your purpose. To show up and listen because we need your downloads. It's right. We really do, honey. We're here for you to download us. We love you.
Tell us what tiny bites you're taking now besides counter surfing like myself and my 3 dogs. Brilliantobservations@gmail.com. Let us know if you have a quiz for 30 seconds for Amy. Do you want to do a quick 30 seconds?
If you have one loaded up, I will endeavor to beat my high score. What is it? 3? What's my high score?
18 is your high score. It was cookies last week and it was bang.
Oh, that's right. No, I thought about 90 million better answers since then. I'm ready. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I don't know why it's giving it. Oh, here, I know why.
I'm going to do it.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
We are doing types of cheese.
Ooh. Gouda, Swiss, Parmesan, Romano, Locatelli, American, Brie, Goat, Chèvre, it's the same, Stilton, Gorgonzola, Taleggio, Manchego, cheese, sour cream cheese, that's not a thing.
Cream cheeses, go. Go. Stop. Munster, Colby.
Oh, fuck you, Gouda. Fuck
Cooper.
You. Fuck you, Gouda. Fuck you, Nacho. Fuck you, Nacho.
Nacho.
Matzo fucking Rella. How about some Matzo fucking Rella?
Cinder fucking Rella?
God,
yes.
You bitches. God.
Yes. That was 15 of them, but you lost your shit. You wasted a good 4 seconds of time. You could have had more.
Melted. There's lots of types.
Velveeta.
Fondue. Yes.
You didn't call me on
Velveeta.
Squeezy
cheese.
Easy.
Famunda. There's
cheese.
There's all kinds. There's more than 2 kinds.
Feel free to send us topics for Amy. We would love to do that. By the way, that was
fucking great category. Damn it!
That was 15.
Shit balls.
15.
Dick cocksuck. I feel like I could do better.
I think we could do better at curse words right now. That's what we pulled out. I think we would blow that shit out of the water. Please write us. Please be with us and realize that you have value, if to no one else, to us. And it's not just for your downloads, it's for your input that you pour in weekly when you tell us all your thoughts.
Yep, we would take great value in all that.
And for all the gifts you send to our P.O. box. And, hey, did you get my magnet?
I did get your magnet!
Okay.
I did. Happy
I'm so glad.
holidays from the
That
beautiful.
Louis DeJoy, you tried to ruin us.
No, and we beat you. We beat you at your own game, fucker.
I got it out there for
the mail will be delivered regardless.
Fucker.
Dick sweat. Yeah,
I'm telling you, with curses, we are it.
What's up, Dick Sweat?
We love you. Happy New Year. Make it a really, really good one because we're here with you. So let's do this.
Let's do it. More good to come. Bye.